Providence House is Ohio's first licensed crisis nursery. It's one of the largest in the country. It takes care of children whose parents are in crisis while they're getting their lives together. Over the weekend, some people on a crowded street started shooting. That put the children asleep inside at risk. Harry Boomer has this story.
This is Providence House on East 118th and Buckeye in Cleveland. Over the 4th of July weekend, someone from an unruly street crowd opened fire while fireworks were also going off.
The noise was escalating, the crowd was growing, fireworks going off, and they began to shoot watermelons.
Bullets don't have eyes, and yes, several of them struck the crisis nursery center near where the children were sleeping. Thankfully, no one was hurt, as staff moved them to a safer part of the building. Wait, it happened again.
Fast forward to the actual 4th of July, Saturday night into Sunday, and it was a full-on street takeover. I mean, hundreds of people from Buckeye Road all the way down East 118th, cars on sidewalks, tree lawns, effectively blocking the residents in. Noise began to really escalate again, gunfire, loud music, and more bullets hit the building and entered the building through the windows.
Not only did the random shooting put the children at risk, it's going to cost the nursery tons of money for safety upgrades.
Looking to upgrade the windows from shatterproof to completely bulletproof. We do have ballistics wall board, so the bullets didn't come through the walls, so there'll be some repair there. But we're looking at how do we strengthen and maybe heighten our gate.
Providence House is also looking at hiring security on holidays.
And it's a couple of bad actors with a couple of bad landlords that bring this into the neighborhoods, and everyone's terrified to confront it and do anything about it because they literally are, shooting in the streets.
Most of the parents that bring their children here are single moms who are dealing with issues ranging from homelessness, substance abuse, and mental health issues, and medical crisis. If you'd like to help the Providence House, you give them a call. At East 118th and Buckeye, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News. Now.